All right, guys, welcome to the Wednesday directions video. Again, I'm back in the office today. A little under the weather yesterday. Playing it safe, staying home to make sure I'm not getting people sick if I had the big Rona, but I don't. Just had like a little stomach bug, so we're back at it today. Today, big day for us. I know it's Wednesday. I know it's the last day before break, but we need to buckle down today because there's like a lot of test questions. So on my essential questions board today, we have like 5 essential questions, which means there's 5 quiz or test questions that come out of this presentation today. So make sure you're buckling down, staying gritty with it today to make sure you can get this stuff done because it's really important today. A lot of stuff. It's going to maybe be confusing to some of you, but that's okay. We just got to kind of stay focused and ready to go. Now, today is all about continental drift and plate tectonics. Chapter 2, if you didn't get the vibe from yesterday, it's all about looking at the big picture, looking at the Earth, and we're going to focus on big themes and big theories, okay? And so we're going to start back, but we're still focusing on the basics at the same time. So obviously, one of the most basic theories in geography and geology is the theory of continental drift and plate tectonics. All right, so we're starting with that today. Now, one of the questions here, if you guys want to write these questions down and just pause after every time I say one, if you want to just write them down to get the test questions jotted down. So here's the first question. The essential question of the day is, who is Alfred Wegener? This guy, who is he? Okay, so figure out what he does, and obviously it's right there. Okay, he's an important guy. He's the first guy to come up with the idea of continental drift and plate tectonics. All right, so that's the first question. Who's Alfred Wegener? And we know, so jot that down. And then you guys can kind of just go through the PowerPoint today. But so question 1, who's Alfred Wegener? Question 2 is, what is Pangea? What is Pangea? The third question is, how many pieces of evidence does Wegener use to prove his theory of plate tectonics? Not what were the pieces of evidence, but just how many. How many? How many, okay? So how many pieces of evidence does he use? The fourth question is, why does no one believe Alfred Wegener? So at the beginning, why does no one believe him? What can't he find? What can't he find to help prove his theory that people stop believing him? Okay, so we have that. And then the last thing you guys need to know for the test is the different boundary types. So like a divergent boundary. Okay, so we know this stuff already. When plate tectonics are occurring, the plates are either crashing into each other, they're either pulling apart from each other, or they're sliding by each other. And each one of those movements has a plate boundary. So for example, divergent boundary, they're dividing, they're diverging, so that just means they're moving apart from each other. So know the 3 different types, memorize them, they'll be on the quiz. So we have divergent, which means they're moving apart, they're dividing, okay? And this normally takes place at like the sea floor would be a perfect example of this. This is where we get hot spots, this is where we get like volcanoes, different things like that. The other one is convergent boundary, and this is where they are converging, they are colliding, so they're smashing into each other. And this is where we could get like, mountain ranges, earthquakes would come out of this. But definitely mountain ranges, especially if we're talking about oceanic crust and continental crust. So convergent boundary is when they collide, and the last one is a transform boundary, and this is where they're slipping past each other, side by side. Think about like when you're driving, you have 2-lane traffic. That's basically what's happening with the boundaries. So know those 3 boundaries, know who Alfred Wegener is, know how many pieces of evidence he uses, know why no one believes him at the beginning, and then the last one is, what's Pangea? So those are the big questions that we're going to use on the test. So go through that. Obviously, a lot of stuff may seem confusing. That's okay. Just go through it all, and then watch the continental drift video at the end. It's pretty dull, I will say that, but it gives you all the information you need to be successful. And like we said today we need to be a little bit more focused, a little bit more gritty today to make sure we're staying on top of the ball when we're doing our PowerPoint. Especially the people who aren't in class today, you're going to have to take some ownership today. It seems like a lot of stuff to write down, but it's going to pay off big time next week. So make sure you guys are just doing your job today. You're done Thursday, you're done Friday, so just go all out today and make sure you're getting our jobs done. But all right, guys, that's all I got. I will see everybody on a Monday or Tuesday next week. Have a great MEA break. Do something fun. I know the weather's going to be a little bit crappy, but we're going to make the best of it. Have a good one, guys.